Hi, and welcome to a new episode on the Just Create server, and today we're going to be building another farm. In general, I just want to make this area look a little better, and since we're using a lot of scoria for the roads, and we're using a lot of tuff as well as some other blocks that I use a lot of, I'm just going to make a block farm. So we're going to be farming tuff. I think we're going to be making scoria. We could also make diorite since we're going to be using soul sand to make scoria. But I've already got my area dug out. I've already got all my stuff together. I checked with the cannon if we have all the stuff that we needed to, and I do. So I am ready to go. And I feel like we should get like the shapes and the boxes in first so I can fit my farm into it, because I have a general idea of the size of the buildings and of how I'm going to puzzle the farms in the actual building, but I don't know about details. So I'm just going to get the shapes in, get the like general boxes in, or at least the frame, and I'll get back to you for the farm building. Alright, I have a frame in place, or at least I know where certain rooms are going to go and where I'm going to pass through the floor with elevators or chain conveyors. Now it's just to fit in all the farms that I want to. The first thing that we need to do is we need to make sand, which we do have bulk gravel somewhere in here. I think we're backed up quite a bit, which is good, because that also means we have quite a lot of cobblestone. I feel like we should just have a little setup over here that's going to crush the gravel and then automatically send it through some soul campfires. Where are they? We're going to use these to turn it into soul sand. Okay, so that is going to be our crusher. We're going to make sure that we get some gravel stored in that barrel or in the vault up there. That's going to filter through our crushers and then eventually get turned into sand. Now what we need to do is take this, stretch it over, I think like 5-ish blocks, which should be enough, and have another vault set over here. And then we'll do inputs over here, outputs over here. Now of course for the inputs we need, do I have some soul sand in here? So we'll filter on soul sand over here, which should do the trick. And then if I get myself some soul fire or soul soil campfires like that, and then we'll grab some fans because, you know, that's what we're using them for. Great. And now we just have to hook them all up, which is fairly easy. Right, like that, and then we go like that to link them all together. And you know what, we could probably get away with doing that, just to kind of link these fans to the crushing wheels. But that's basically the entire thing. Now we just need power to it, plus I need, oh, I didn't see him coming. Where did he come from? This is basically the entire thing for our soul sand farm. Now we just need to figure out how to get power. We'll probably connect up to here. And yeah, let me get power to this and gravel, and we'll see it in action. So I have gravel coming in over there. I need to hook up the belts because I feel like we're already crushing it down to sand, yes. And then if I do, okay, those are the wrong direction. So let's do that. Then do a vertical one and one of those, and there we go. And that will turn into soul sand eventually. I keep thinking, why are we not getting gravel from here? Got plenty of gravel in here. There we go, that's better. But then again, I only want sand to come out of here. I forgot we get clay and flint from crushing stuff. Right now I'm gonna move up to the second floor because we have to make this into 2 items. 1, I want to wash some for quartz and gold, and 2, we can cook it for scoria. So let me get up there. I need a bit more space and I want to use the bottom floor for different farms. So we're gonna go up and work on those two systems right now. Okay, so to wash our soul sand, we mostly want quartz, so I'm not too worried about this being slow. I mostly want this to look interesting, so I want this to look like it's like an industrial washing unit. I'm gonna have a rotating belt. We're gonna go boom, like that, and then again, I need power. How am I gonna get power over here? I have a setup, right? I still need to set up the washers, the actual washers, but we'll talk about this later. But I've already laid out the belts because I want to use this to transfer power so I don't have to run shafts all over the place. The only thing that I do need to do is bring shafts over here. So we're going to go right there. So belts should start spinning in the right direction. And I think if I go on the inside, we should be able to transfer power over here. Then it's just a case of connecting those. And that is gonna be our input. I do want it to be slower than general because I want these belts to move a little slower than these. I don't know, maybe we set up the fans first so that I know where to put power or where not to put power. There we go. Now I just need to add water and clean it up a little bit. What I want to do is I want this to feel like a rotating belt, so I'm gonna hide most of this like that, and then I need a couple more over here, but overall that looks good. Just to finish it off, we'll do that and that. Let me grab some more casing. There we go. Beautiful. Now let's go and grab some water. So we have our washing station. Now let's figure out how we're going to cook up the scoria over here, and then we can bring over the soul sand. So I think we should be able to just put you in here. And now I need to be able to hook up to power. And then if we go down here, hopefully that will go in the right direction. Yes, it does. That is good. We've got a cooker set up. We filter on scoria right there. And then we've got our washer set up where we filter on both quartz and gold nuggets over here. So let me now figure out a way how to get stuff from there over here. Okay, so I have a belt right there, and I want to use weighted ejectors because I think it'll be fun to see items flying around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up 4 ejectors right here, right, that are linked up to that belt. Now I'm going to have to fly up and down a little bit. Right there, and then we hook that up over here. We're going to have an arm take over here, and then this one is going to put stuff on here. Let's put him on a little brass seat so he has a nice looking thing. And then we'll do force round robin. And now the only thing I think I need to do is just that. That actually looks kind of cool. And now let's go up and see what things look like on the second floor. So we're... Oh, never mind. We're not actually extracting anything. Let's do this. I'm gonna have to set up a backup because I think the moment we fill up this fault over here, these tunnels are gonna back up. But I'll do that when time gets to it, when I actually have a building around here and I know what space I'm gonna need for elevators and stuff. But this is what I kind of wanted to have. It's like a belt. A washer, but we're still extracting everything, and then we're still making scoria. Now let's move back down and see what we can do over here, because we're now making quartz, which if we combine with the backup of cobblestone, we can make diorite. And then because we have a backup of andesite and cobblestone, we could also make tuff. This place is going to be a diorite factory. I've redirected all the quartz into this little vault over here, which is just going to act as a buffer basically. And then I need to power these belts, and then we need to get cobblestone in here, which technically should be fairly easy, but I'm going to have to reroute a whole bunch of power. I want to come from over, but I'm going to work on this first. And most of all, I'm going to work on how we're actually going to make diorite. There's two options we have, and both of them use auto crafters. The first one would be using the packages and the whole like repackaging system, but that would be rather slow as it would only request one item every time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use crafters, right? I am still going to use crafters, but instead of feeding them with the packagers, we're going to feed them with mechanical arms. And we'll take from here and put those into all the cobblestone slots. And then we take from there, and then that goes in all the opposite funnels. So that should technically do the trick once we get all the power set up. Before we get the power in, I want to do one more farm, which is the tuff farm. Let's get working on that. Honestly, the tuff farm is probably one of the easier farms that we have. So basically we'll have cobblestone and andesite, and then we'll pump in some lava, which I still need to put the tank in for. I think, let me get, you know what, let me set up everything over here as well. And that's basically it for all the blocks. The only thing I need to do is hook this up to our infinite lava supply. Oh, before we get power in, I probably should figure out how to hook this guy up to the actual farm so that we store the tuff in the basement. Right, like that. And then it's just setting all the filters, adding all the power, maybe bring some chains over here so that we can move items around, and I think we'll be done. At least with the actual farms, that is. How are we doing on this stuff? Dude, this is a good Scoria farm. Yeah, I'll work on the power and getting lava over here and getting everything functional, and I'll bring you back in once I'm done. Alright, and as you can hear, everything is moving. We're getting cobblestone and andesite in over, well, the chains where we're making tuff with. So tuff is being stored in the basement, as is our backup lava tank. And then these are going rapidly, and they have been cooking for a bit. So yeah, as of right now, everything is active. And we do have tuff coming in, we have diorite coming in. We're not yet backing up on the soul sand. Oh, we are. Wait, what? Oh, that's why. Okay. And then up top here, we've got Scoria is going wild. Look at that. That's 60k Scoria right there, ready to go. And then we've got some gold nuggets waiting. But I feel like I should get the walls in first, right now, and like just general shape, you know? Textures are going to be similar to this building and to that building, so it kind of blends in. But I'm going to get the walls in. I'm going to get a little patio, or not a patio, but just some area in the front, so I can get in and out easily, and just in general get the shape in, get some land around and in, so that we can keep going with what we're doing. The building is done. I think it's quite nice. Let me go in free cam for a minute. We have an extra tower, which I do want to do something with, but I'll do that in a second. For now, we need to get an elevator in here, because I don't want to use my feet to get up and down. Let's do that. This is going to be a small service elevator, so it doesn't need to be anything fancy. We'll just do a little square like that. So let me go and get a redstone contact, a redstone control, and another contact. Now for the elevator part, we have positioned this chain conveyor fairly well, and I think I should be able to just put a... Do I have one? Yes. A guy like that, and a guy like that, and another guy like that, and then we right click this. Boom, we have an elevator. Let's check if the floors are correct. So this is the first floor, which we don't want. We want this to be the 0. So this is going to be -1. This is going to be 0. And then the other one is going to be 1. And then we'll go to the basement. Put it on here. I still have to do the walls of the basement, as you can see. But for now, I want to get working on what we're going to put in the tower. Right here. I've already got the chain conveyors in. I still have to put the chains in. But let's go and get our redstone supplies, or our crate supplies, I should say. And start this farm. So for the farm, what we'll do is we'll send all the gold nuggets to this guy, which is going to be called gold input. And then the easiest thing to do is to go like this. We'll put a smart chute here, a basin right there with inputs on it, of course. So we'll have one output, one input. Then we'll do the press thingy. Like so. And then we just need to put a volt down here, basically. So now we're actually ready to go. I am gonna have to get some ingots made up, crafted up. And I will get another frog, because I'm out of frogs. And we'll set up the side of the nuggets as well. And this will wait for 10 seconds. It'll keep going for 10 seconds so that we can clear it. And then it'll stop again. Which is good. And then over here you can see we're already making ingots. We'll just do boop. Now that's connected. Now I'm going to get some more decoration in here. Mostly clean up things. Make sure we've got rails, security rails like over here. So that we don't fall into this hole. We can do something like that. And I'll do that over the entire building. Like this one, we still need to clean up quite a bit. And then we'll do the basement as well. And once I'm done with that, I think we're at a good point to start working on the outside. I've got all the rails in, and like I've got a table. I don't know what I'm gonna put on the table just yet, but we've got light. We have everything is safe now, right? We're both. Oh, I missed some. Both in terms of mob spawning and just me not getting stuck into any of the farms. And yeah, we're backing up slowly, which is nice. I am out of quartz. I don't know why. Is it because this is full of cobblestone? I'm probably gonna put... So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some threshold switches on here, and I'm gonna lock these right there if this gets full. Give me a sec while I do that. Right, I fixed it. Now both of these are locked whenever there's enough in here. I've put them over here, and they're just checking for both ingredients to make sure that we're always running. This is done, but this kind of looks like, you know, not nice. And I'm going to sleep. I'm going to take care of our friends, and yeah, I'll see what I can do about the area. So the idea is to have a bridge over this cavern, right? And then we'll bring up the pathways up from... Let me finish this off real quick. We'll bring up the pathways along this hill, alongside this building, and then we'll go down over here, all the way up to there. And that should bring everything, or that should connect everything. We'll bring up this area a little bit more. We'll have the same wall that we have around here. And I think, yeah, I think I will just copy, or at least not copy because it's different dimensions, but use the same design as we have over here. Just kind of, you know, figure things out, bring it over there, and then we'll see what we can do. Alrighty, this is the area. I got the path all the way down. It's going across here, and then we've got some staircases back to our starter base, and then we have a bridge. I planted some of the trees back because I like the idea of like walking through the tree tops. We come out at our factory, which is still going, by the way. Look at this. We've got almost 40k diorite, and then almost the equal amount of tuff right there. Over here I've got a bit of an area. We're stocking up on clay balls because I do want to turn those into gold someday. And then a bit of a storage area back, and we've got pathway going through here and then all the way into this guy's shop, which is a new stockkeeper that I linked up to our network so that I don't have to fly over all the time, basically. So what I want to do now is work on this area, or at least I want to work on the rock faces behind our game hall right here. So as you can see, the area itself is pretty bare, and then if you look at it from the perspective of this being a town, the buildings are very scattered. So what I want to do is I want to put in some buildings, or at least false buildings, to kind of tie this area together with that area, and hopefully that's going to tie together the entire base. I think we get 1 or 2 in, like right there. Okay, so my idea is to get 1 or 2 buildings in either on this face, or maybe start down here. I don't really know. If we want to get a good idea of what it's going to look like when it's tied together, we get some buildings up in here. I feel like I'm just going to do a little, I've been missing these a lot, but a good old-fashioned montage instead of a time-lapse. To get 1 or 2 buildings in, we'll have a look at it and see what we get from it. So this is what the building's looking like. I did end up making a time-lapse because I'm not that smart and I forgot to hit record. But we have some techie stuff on top. We've got a tank for water supply. We've got a chain, which I do kind of want to hook up to that and then like have it go around. But I do feel, let me go into FreeCam for a minute. I do feel like that looks pretty nice. We bring back those rain gutters from our big buildings. And I feel like that would be pretty nice across the entire rock face behind this big dome. And we'll just vary in height. We'll put some down there as well. And yeah, that'll look pretty nice. So I'm going to speed through the rest of these because it's a whole lot of block placing. So I got my hours of work ahead of me. But for you guys, it's going to be a couple of seconds, maybe a minute. I don't know. Ready. We have, let me land over here. I think I can get a good view. Yeah, we've got plenty of houses stacked up. They're a bit more dense on this side. As you can see, I got like those two, and then there's like 3 levels. That's the top level, then second level, and then we've got everything that's like on the ground. But as you can see, we can walk around and visit all of these houses. Right now, they're all pretty empty. Honestly, they're just fronts, because all of them just end against the wall face, as you have seen in the time-lapse. That's because I have an idea on what we can do with these that might make this feel a bit more lively. So the idea is to have lights behind the windows, behind every window of this wall, basically. And we'll trigger the lights when it gets nighttime, so that they light up when it's nighttime. And I want to trigger them at 3 points. So I've got 3 towers that are still open at the top. So basically what we'll do is we'll have a system that is triggered by the fact that it's daytime or nighttime. So now it's on, now it's off. And we'll set these to like different speeds. So this will be like 2 seconds after it gets dark. And then we'll also do like 3 seconds, 5 seconds, and so on. The idea is to put lights, these redstone lamps, below the window sills, and then cover the rest up with some deep slate. Like so. And now we just put put a redstone signal on here. We want to make sure that all the lights within one room are the same, but we can always differentiate between 2 rooms. So those are done, and then I do want to block up the door as well, just to be consistent. And that is 1 building done. A couple more to go. The power lines are in. I've got them all over the place. They're going from left to right, up and down. But they do tie the builds together, which is nice. And then over here, where it's still grass, I want to put in like a little park separating our game hall from the town on the cliffs. So I'm going to spend some time on that, and I'll bring you in once I have something I'm happy with. And there it is. I have a little, it's not really a park or like foliage, but I do have some trees in here, and we've got some greenery around. Really trying to tie in a little bit of that gray, as if things are on the crisp of dying almost. But we also have some new greenery sprouting. We've got some new saplings growing up. And overall, it's looking good. Even from a distance, it looks pretty nice, if I can say so myself. Just in general, the entire build has come together, in my opinion. The fact that we have connected the road all the way over there also helps a lot. I have some more empty spaces over here, but we'll see what we can do over there. For now, I am going to wait until it's dark. We're almost halfway through the day. And I'm going to leave you off here because I'm out of time, and I want to end this video with a clip, a replay clip of the lights going on, because it's actually really nice to look at. Yeah, enjoy that. I'll see you all in the next one. If you've enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and till next video. Bye!